Konami. Kojima Productions. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, originally released for the PlayStation Portable in 2010. As you can see, we're playing the HD edition. We're in a load game. And we're going to be doing, much like MGS4, the whole thing will be a New Game Plus. Now, it doesn't matter as much for this, but basically, I won't have to grind for items, and overall, the pace will be much faster. Whoops, don't pay attention to any of that. Let's just go to the mission selector immediately. Because this game has a mission select. So that means we can actually do a New Game Plus and get all of the story content. Isn't that great? The modern age, huh? Peace Walker's pretty cool. I like this game quite a bit. Of course, it came out before Metal Gear Rising, but like I said there, and like I'll reiterate here, I feel like 4 to Rising flows better, and then this to the next 2 games is going to flow better. I was thinking like the next trilogy of games in total. Christopher Randolph, hey. A lot of familiar names here. Vanessa Marshall as well. That doesn't necessarily mean they'll be playing the characters they played before. Militaire Sans Frontières. Hey, did you know that since the release of this game, they've been renamed to Out of Order because, you know, they were named after the real world MSF, and then they realized maybe that wasn't a good idea, so they changed it. Anyway, this is the sequel to Portable Ops. This is basically Portable Ops 2. It started development as Portable Ops 2. It ended up getting a title change to Metal Gear Solid 5 Peace Walker. There's logos for those things. I'll show them off at some point. Suzette Minet. Hey, that's Eva. Oh, check it out. We've got the boss's scar now. So this came out... Yeah, David Hayter, we love him. This came out after Metal Gear Solid 4. And it was odd that it was a PSP game. But it kind of was like a return to form in some ways. Alright. Let's CQC that guy. So CQC is here. It's on R1. We can still do our combo. We've got all the animations from MGS4. Our crouch walk is the same. Our CQC is the same.
Your first priority in enemy territory is knowing your surroundings.
Also, we've got a tutorial mission?
And how fast you can identify your target.
Turns out Mission Select helps your video game be a video game. Who would have thought? Yeah.
To move your line of sight, use the right stick.
So this is a very funny first mission because it is straight up just a tutorial. Because by 2010, this is what you needed in video games.
Up and down controls now. Press the action button if you're ready to move on.
We're going to play through it because I think it's funny.
Next, we'll check your left and right. Look right. Good. Look left. Good.
We did it.
You should be familiar with the left and right controls now.
So the PlayStation Portable had a D-pad and one thumbstick.
Okay.
So you had to kind of claw grip.
Go with the method that works best for you.
And as he's explaining, there's a variety of options for changing how the view works, but the HD version, it's not so much of an issue. In the HD version, the controls are very similar to MGS4. Also, weird thing he's explaining is we don't have a crawl. He's going to say that in a moment here. He's going to say it very enthusiastically. He's going to repeat it.
You cannot move while lying down. Is that clear?
No crawling for some reason. But we can still crouch. We can still walk around. And lying down is the playing dead from MGS4.
Next, we'll work on your
which we can use to play dead in this.
To move around. Tilt it a little to walk slowly.
Can you fail these? No, you cannot.
Decide which to use based on your situation. Remember that your footsteps are louder when running, making you easier to
I see we're having some
Be
difficulties
careful.
discerning if this man is Robin Atkin Downes or Yuri Lowenthal. He does sound like a weird combination of the two, doesn't he? I'm not sure who this particular guard is.
Good. Now we have rolling. Rolling is useful for knocking down enemies in your way and for getting away when surrounded. You can also use it to jump over small ditches and other
Hey,
obstacles.
remember how I've been pointing
Roll,
that out
tap the
since
crouch button
Portable
while running.
Ops that
You got that? Tap the
They-
crouch button while running.
you
Don't
could have
forget
used
it.
the ever since MGS2 you can use the roll to you know, cross gaps. They really want you to know it here. It's one of the first things they tell you. Now that says when the enemy is far away and you're running.
That's it.
That's not true.
Next, I will explain
You can
how
do
to
it when you're
attack
up close to
without
them. I'm
gunfire.
not sure what's up
You
with
may
that.
run into an enemy unexpectedly. You may not have a weapon on you, or you may be out of ammo. You'll still need an effective attack strategy. One well-placed strike and the enemy won't know what hit him. To strike an enemy, press the attack button while standing still. On my
Yep.
command, press the attack button repeatedly and take down your opponent. Go.
I'm ready, boss.
They love it. Oh my god, we have a 3-hit combo.
Fine work, boss.
Look at that.
Next, we're gonna practice using the stun rod.
So,
Hitting
this
someone
game
with
is
a
rated
stun
T
rod
for
will shock them
teen.
with a
No
million
knives
half
here.
bolts.
Remember, they
Anyone on
gave
the
Solid
receiving
Snake a
end of that
knife
is
in
guaranteed to be out
MGS4,
cold.
and they gave him all the big boss
Use the
animations
stun rod,
because, I
press
mean,
the A
that's what we
button to
established
ready
with the
it, then
gameplay.
press
We
the
can't
attack
change the
button.
gameplay despite
You'll
the
be
fact
glad
we've
to know
changed
we're
the
using
character.
mock stun
Well, now we're
rods
back
for
to
this
Big
training
Boss
session.
post MGS4,
When
and
your
he doesn't have a
partner
knife
attacks,
anymore
make him
because the
believe it's the
ESRB
real
ratings.
deal. Prepare yourself
So
for
we've got a stun
rod
rod.
training.
It's basically, what if the stun knife didn't knife, but only stun? I mentioned with MGS4
Impressive, boss.
that
Now we'll move on to CQC.
that function of the
CQC,
stun
or
knife
close
would get
quarters
inherited
combat,
by
refers
several
to an
things in the
engaging an
future.
enemy
This is
in
the
battle
first
at
thing that
very
inherits
close
it.
range. It is a quick
We'll
and
talk
efficient
more about
way
the
of
stun
eliminating
rod
a threat. There
as
are
we go.
various
I like the
CQC
design of the stun
techniques.
rod, and I
We'll
like the
go
idea
over
of the
each of
stun
them.
rod, even though it
Don't get
realistically
cocky because
doesn't
you
make
think
any
you know
sense.
them. This will be different from what you're used to. Pretend you are learning it for the first time.
But
The
yeah,
first
it's a
technique
little
is
odd.
throwing your
There's a
opponent.
successor to the stun rod
To
we'll
do
see in a
this,
future
position
game.
yourself near your opponent and
It may,
press the
I
attack
still wish we
button
had a
until
knife
the
of
left
some
stick.
kind, or we
Be
could
sure to
counter
press
with the
attack
stun
button
rod.
when the
That's the
icon
thing, the
appears.
knife on the
Now,
chest was not
wait for my
an
command
offensive
and throw your
weapon, it
opponent.
was a defensive weapon.
Go.
So it's weird. Anyway, speaking of defensive weapons in CQC, oh my god, we got CQC. He says it's different from what we're used to. What he means is they got rid of like 90% of the cool shit you could do in MGS4. You can do different cool shit though.
CQC. Grab hold of an enemy, and the bastard's life is in your hands. What you do from there is up to you. Just know that if you restrain him for too long, the average person will most likely pass out.
Yep.
Something to keep in mind.
So we can still choke
Let's
dudes out.
begin. To restrain your opponent, hold down the attack button while near them.
It's kind of nice having a
Restrain your
tutorial
opponent
because
on my
normally this
command.
is stuff I would have to explain on
Go.
the fly. I don't really have to explain it on the fly here. It's just sort of happening.
Impressive, boss.
And we can interrogate.
Now we will throw your opponent after restraining them. To throw an enemy to the ground, press a direction on the left stick when you have them restrained. Restrain your opponent and throw them on my command.
Okay.
Go!
I'm ready, boss.
So this is different from MGS4. I mean, he said throw them
That
on
is
my
incorrect,
command.
boss.
I guess we don't have to wait for the command. I guess we just throw them whenever.
Fine work, boss.
Yeah, so whatever direction
Now we
you
will
press
try
the control
CQC
stick in,
against multiple
rather
enemy
than
opponents.
being able to place them
You
on
can
the
also
ground in
take out
front
a
of you
group
for
of
hold-ups
enemies
and
by
such,
throwing
which
an
I loved
opponent you
doing
have
before.
restrained.
You just do a different
First,
directional throw.
restrain an opponent by pressing the attack button near them.
It's
Then, tilt the
fine,
left
but I
stick
prefer
to
the
throw them.
MGS3 and
By
4
tilting
way.
the left stick toward other enemies, you can send your captive flying straight into them.
But-
on my command, restrain and then throw
Yeah,
your
with
opponent.
this system,
Go.
if we're
Ready,
surrounded,
boss.
we can throw dudes into dudes. Look at that. That's neat.
Fantastic.
I prefer
Again.
being able to hold guys up, but, you know.
I'm ready, boss.
It's still neat. It's still neat.
Fantastic.
This game's a little more arcadey.
All right. Why don't we
in
do
that way.
something special since the boss is here? Anyone who feels like getting their ass kicked, step forward. Don't hold back, boss. When you're surrounded by multiple enemies, you'll have to take them on one after the other. To do it, simply press the attack button again while throwing the current
So remember
enemy.
that cool scene in
Just be
MGS4
sure to
when
wait
Old
for the
Snake
icon to
basically
appear.
busted into Big Mama's house and beat everyone up in quick succession? They finally got the memo that maybe they should make that a mechanic. So this is the big difference to CQC, which is consecutive CQC. It's very fun.
Fantastic.
There's a couple places
Again.
where you can do it in the
Go.
game where they kind of set up enemies in a way where that's clearly what they want you to do. It's fun, it's stylish, and it's cool. I wish there was a little bit more variation in his animations.
Fine work,
He kind of
boss.
just throws everyone the same way, but it feels
Stop.
cool.
That's it for today. Thank you, boss.
You're welcome. Yep. Our charismatic leader, naked big boss Snake, just beats up all his dudes shirtless on a beach. How can you resist his charms? Whoa, look at that transition into the illustrated art style. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we got these cutscenes again.
What's going on, Kaz?
We've got guests.
This time, there were multiple artists,
Don't worry, it's not our friends
in addition
from
to
last-
Ashley Wood, so sometimes things look a little different, a little more refined. Sometimes they look a little more like they're straight out of an anime. We got a new character,
Thank you, Big Boss.
quote-unquote, here too. Kazuhira Miller.
Sorry, Vic Boss.
That's not what I said. I said call me
Stop.
Snake.
For us, there is no victory.
But in Revolution, doesn't one triumph or die?
We don't do either.
Okay. That was cool, I guess. We'll talk more about Miller as we continue, but he's a little familiar to Campbell in Portable Ops.
Here.
Speaking of familiar things, here's Steve
Feel
Bloom.
like a new man. There's no coffee like Costa Rican coffee.
Yeah, Steve Bloom's here.
So, what brings a distinguished scholar from the Costa Rican government to Colombia?
Professor Galvez comes from Costa Rica's University for Peace.
Ramon Galvez Mena. Steve Bloom, yep, Steve Bloom's here. Hey, that's a cool red robot hand you have. What up with that?
An armed group
Wonder
in
if that'll
Costa
come
Rica.
back thematically and never be
They're not
referenced to you
ours,
for some reason.
ours.
Costa Rica doesn't have an army.
Correct. Article 12 of our
Might have noticed there's
Constitution
some more
states
red
that
in
the
this scene.
army
There
as
was a
permanent
mysterious
institution
character in a
is
red hood.
abolished.
Yeah, there she is.
You think it's rebels?
You might have noticed she's voiced by Tara Strong.
No,
So we've got this
they don't
art
appear to
style,
be
we've got
guerrillas.
Steve Bloom, we've
They're
got Tara
far
Strong,
too organized.
we've got a cool
What's your
blonde guy as our partner. Can you guess that this is a Portable Ops
The
sequel?
authorities in San Jose claim it's a
Now, the
multinational
Japanese
network
cast was a
hired
little
by the
different.
Development Corporation of Costa Rica.
There were, of course, some reused voice
They're
actors,
bringing
but
in state-of-the-art weaponry and equipment by the ship.
Null, sorry, not Null, Jean and Elisa/Ursula being reused is not intentional. Because
CIA.
As you both know,
Paz
the
in the
United
Japanese
States
version
views Central America
was voiced
as
by
its
Nana
backyard.
Mizuki, and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker was the first thing that really introduced me to Nana Mizuki.
Balance with the US.
And your government.
I also prefer her as Paz to Tara Strong, but I mean, I prefer Nana Mizuki to Tara Strong. I don't think that's a controversial take in
Japan's
2025.
constitution has something similar.
I think her
Article
performance is a
9.
little better
It says
in the
Japan renounces
Japanese
war
version,
and
though.
can't maintain an army.
I understand
So they're talking about a whole lot of stuff here as I'm just giving trivia. That's fine.
that you will fight any foe. Please, you must drive them out of our defenseless country.
Basically, this guy wants us
We come to
and our
you,
little military to
militaires sans
help him
frontières.
out. and he's bringing his peace-loving princess from the mecha anime
Yes.
to try
It's
and,
our
you know,
deterrent. We can't afford to pay much,
make us go along with him.
but
Oh, what's
we can
that?
offer you this.
Oh, an offshore
Forward
plant
operating
base?
An offshore plant in the Caribbean.
Sounds pretty good to me. This place is becoming a mess anyway. Snake, we need someplace we can settle down.
The government's
I
agreed
do
to
like the use of
cooperate,
color in these
unofficially,
scenes,
of
like
course.
Kaz's
Chauffeur for
ascot there
transport would be
being
nice,
yellow, and of course the
I'll
red
see what I
hand
can
and the
do.
red
Hold it.
cloak.
You seem to think we're just a pack of dogs of war. Is that right?
Yes, that's what I've heard. You're an army without a state.
No. We've only left our countries behind.
So by this point,
Please,
you know,
must
this
tell
is
us.
a sequel
Your
to Portable
suspicions are
Ops.
true. Forces
This
of
takes
the
place in
Guard. You'll have to
1974,
follow
4
the
years
political
later.
process.
By the way, all the stuff they talked about in MGS4, the falling out of Big Boss and Zero, that already happened off screen. You're not going to see that in this game. That pisses me off. I'm going to try not to talk about it too much, but it really pisses me off. But yeah, we're basically,
So, what do you think?
we are inheriting the will of
For
Gene.
over 20 years,
You know, we
I've
basically
reached
are
the
starting
verges
our
of
soldier's
peace
heaven
with
at this
multiple
point.
Universities. Tonight, I stand before you as an educator.
I prefer Nanamizuki, period. Hell yeah, brother.
She came to me to study peace. Her name is Paz
I'll drink to that.
Ortega.
Yep.
Paz. Peace.
No kidding. That's my name.
Oh my god, we've got
Kazuhira.
Peace
Japanese
and
for
Peace
peace.
in Peace Walker.
Pleased to meet you, Paz.
Oh, the names are going to get way dumber too, don't you worry.
Kaz.
They're not the only... There's a third character whose name
They've got a
involves
supply
peace
port north
in
of
this
Puerto
Peace Walker
Limón,
game. They'll be revealed
found
soon
in
enough.
Costa del Mar Caribe. A few days ago, Paz stumbled upon that facility while searching for a
There's
lost
also a much dumber named villain that we'll
friend. She
see.
was captured.
Anyway, hey, plot's
16
happening.
Years old. They did terrible things to her, but somehow she
Yeah.
managed to escape.
We can zoom. Oh no. Oh, whoa! Look at that low resolution bikini.
Her mother died when she was small, and she lost her grandparents in the Civil War.
I do like the hood look, though. Hey, remember also I pointed out the Sunny concept art? The wavy hair and the hood and such? Yeah, Paz is just that. Paz's design is recycled from the Sunny concept art in MGS4. That's why I made sure to show that off when we beat MGS4. You thought I was just being a nerd? You thought I was just hyperfixating? No, it's very important. It's very important to know that. So yeah, I know I talked all over it. Basically, the setup is, yeah, we've by this point left the Patriots. We've left Zero. We went back to our, you know, our soldiers, our place that is outside of Gene's heaven. We've gone back to those old digs. And now some guy shows up with his mecha anime singing princess who loves peace to convince us to fight for peace for him. I hope that's not too much to understand.
Also, make sure no one else can listen in.
All right.
Are you clear on the controls?
I am.
Take a minute to refresh your memory. Use the left stick to move. Use the right
Unfortunately,
stick to
we
adjust
can't
your view.
grab this and eat it. We're on a beach. It's a different beach from the beach we were throwing dudes
Change your
on.
settings. Use the start button to open the menu.
Okay. We can do that. We can do all sorts of stuff here. We're not going to really worry about it too much. Hey, we can do this.
Thanks.
We'll talk about that later.
There's no one around. Why not try some shooting practice? Select a target and squeeze off a round or two. Press
Yep.
the directional buttons while holding the R2 button to switch weapons.
We've got exploding barrels. So this game is built
Then
on,
press the R1 button to fire.
like, basically the same engine. It's kind of a weird amalgam.
Pressing the square or circle button while
Basically
holding
the same
L2
engine as
button to
Portable
check your
Ops, but a
map.
lot of the
Press the
gameplay
start
from
button to
MGS4.
open
This
the menu.
might look like MGS4 if you remember that. We've got a little bit more of a camera shake,
Assault rifle, capable of rapid fire.
but like all of our animations are, for the most part, from MGS4. This one's from 3, though. Look at that. I don't think there's anything in particular to point out here otherwise. It's just a little safe starting area.
A perfect target.
They do start you with an assault rifle, though. The M16, which, remember
That means
what
you're
I've
not
said
alone
about
there.
that.
The enemy could be near. Why not sharpen
Not a
your
fan.
skills here
Not a
first
fan
before
of
you
giving
bump
Snake
into
an
one?
assault rifle.
Press the select button to turn on
Luckily,
auto
we
aim.
do have the Hush
Select
Puppy.
again to turn it off. With auto aim, you'll lock onto
He's
enemies
explaining
automatically.
again. They really tutorialized. 2010 was a very different time from 2008. You might not think it, but playing MGS4 and then playing this, look how different. Look how
The
much this
facility
is
you're
like.
headed for is past
Oh my God, he won't shut the hell up.
Should be able to take out that gate.
So this is a thing that did admittedly upset me when this game first came out. Is this stupid using explosives to get through here? Because, you know, you notice, look at that little area right there that wants to be crawled under, but I can't get to it. And even if I could get to it, we can't crawl in this game. So I remember just like not liking this. I remember getting very upset because, you know, I was still a little upset with MGS4 by the time that this came out,
You could use a little more practice?
because it did seem to want to shift to being a shooter, but, you know. This game's still very cool, though. There's a lot of fun
Gotta
stuff.
thank you for agreeing to this, Snake.
Also, it looks
Man,
great.
I'm glad
This
to be outta here.
obviously is higher resolution and higher frame rate than the PSP version was, but it still looked this good on the PSP. Like, it still, I would argue, in some ways looked a little better because the lower resolution. Greatest soldier in the world, blocked by a 2x4. We are so back to the Snake games. See, yep, 1974. Solid and Liquid Snake are 2 years old somewhere by this point. We're not going to talk about that much. We should be talking about that a lot, I feel, but we're not going to talk about
Come on,
it.
Snake.
It
This could
irritates
be good
me.
for us. They're willing
Anyway.
to give us an offshore plant, a place we can finally put down some roots. This is our chance to expand MSF.
We don't need a place to stay, Kaz. We're nomads. We always will be.
What? You'd
I'm
rather
a
keep
nomad,
wandering
too.
from conflict to conflict? Tools in the hands of whoever's fighting at the time?
The second we settle down, who's to say we won't become the warmongers?
Listen to me, Snake. We're not mercenaries. We're not a foreign legion. MSF's a business. A new kind.
So there's a thing to keep in mind about Kaz going forward, is he's in this
Look,
for the
It's
business.
not like we're trying to start a war here. All we need to do is find out who this security company really is.
Come on, Kaz. It's pretty obvious that they're backed by the CIA.
Wait a sec. That would mean...
Our friend, the professor, is likely KGB.
Oh my god.
I see.
The mysterious white-haired Steve Bloom character is maybe working with the Russians? Much to consider, much to think
Damn
about.
thing won't light.
Huh?
Put on some coffee, Kaz. It's time for a little chat with the professor.
Ah, look at that. It's kind of like what Drebin did, except for with a robot hand.
I was a heavy smoker. When I got my medal from the Secretary General, he gave me this prosthetic hand as well. But smoking was ruining my lungs, so I quit. I've not had much use for it since.
Oh, look, it just said
An honor to meet
the
the
CCCP
legendary
on his wrist. I wonder if he works for the Soviet Union.
That's just a code name the CIA made up.
Then perhaps I should call you John.
Ah, there's that name.
I don't have a name. You stopped using that code name you liked so much 10 years ago. What about you, comrade? What do they call you back at Center?
Well then, allow me to get straight to the point.
Yeah, so like we already know. by the way, we're not even into the game yet.
Hot as torture.
That's the Chilean
Professor
part.
Galvez is not who he says he is. That's already been established.
Central America is the navel of the American continents, bridging north and south.
Like, it's just straight out the gate.
Land. We'll build a socialist stronghold, then use it to split the Americas.
And he's just telling us.
America would lose its backyard.
And with it, its economic production, shipping lanes, and
Make of that what you will, but I think that's
We, on the
odd.
other hand,
I think it's
will
really
face
odd how early they
all of
established that.
America
That
will
he's
well within our
he's working with the
reach.
Soviet Union.
He who controls
Like, they don't even try to
win this Cold War.
make that a revelation. Granted, it wouldn't have been like a real shocker that someone was a Soviet spy, but it would have been like,
We've begun instigating.
I don't know, something. It's weird that they just tell you straight out of the gate.
Sandinista National Liberation Front.
You're manipulating
odd.
Sandinista into overthrowing Somoza for you.
After the revolution, Nicaragua will become a socialist state.
You think America's just gonna let that happen?
Certainly not. After all, the CIA is already here.
And that's the armed group inside Costa Rica.
Precisely. It's clear that they've been sent in to disrupt our efforts across the border in Nicaragua. Simply put, the army.
How many
now
times
stationed
can you
in
reveal
Costa
someone
Rica
isn't
is
who they say they
CIA
are? Stay
capital.
tuned to find out, yeah?
But it's more complex than that. The CIA's got something else planned as well.
What?
That is the million-dollar question. Big Boss, we want you and your unit to find the answer.
So technically,
Infiltrate and investigate the
we're
facility in
knowingly
La Costa where Paz was
working
imprisoned.
with the
They're
Soviet
all beginning
Union
of their operations.
through Galvez
Them
here
out of the country.
to investigate what dirt the CIA is up to, which, when you
You're
consider
asking us
the
to settle a
events
turf war between the KGB and the
of
CIA.
Portable Ops, makes
What about
sense
her?
because that was,
all just an act.
you know, that was all set up by the
You gave her
CIA.
words about peace. She was captured, that much is true. But I've kept my KGB affiliation
So
from her.
You
Paz
thought
here
we'd fall
doesn't
for a
know
sob story.
that Galvez's
No.
story isn't true.
I had good reason to bring her along. She managed to escape with her life, but her friend was not so lucky. Why were they attacked? I believe this will help explain.
Oh?
Perhaps
69.
they
That's
saw
what it says on
something
that
they
tape.
weren't supposed to. Perhaps they heard something they shouldn't have.
Sony, product placement.
Paz took this during her escape. She says her friend happened to record it by accident.
I do love this style of cutscene,
What's
though,
that?
man.
A portable.
Yeah, give it credits. Give the Walkman credits. Why not?
Ah, I heard they were working on something like that in Japan. Didn't
Yeah,
know
I
you
don't think the
guys were
Walkman was out by this point. I think it would have been like another couple years. Or like a year or two or something. So this is like a bit of an anachronism, but yeah, it's close
What
enough.
is that? A Quetzal?
The Phoenix bird.
Yeah, the
Paz's
pretzel.
friend was researching birds. She went out into the jungle to record bird calls and stumbled upon this.
So? So what?
A horse! Uma Musume.
Now it gets interesting.
Was it Golshi?
Get rid of
What?
it. I chase it back to its nest.
Wait, that voice is familiar.
Snake's too vicious. It's all many people. I chase it away. It will bite you unless you kill it. Go home.
Go home.
Voice analysis confirms that this voice is indeed that of the legendary hero.
The boss?
and criminal, the boss.
Why do they have a recording of the boss here?
The other hasn't been identified. Female in her 30s with a British accent.
Sounds hot.
The song playing in the background was a hit in 1973.
But we killed the boss in 1964. Yeah, we remember this. Oh yeah, here's one of the other artists who worked on this sequence. It's a lot more anime looking. I actually really like the art for that sequence. We'll see the full thing later.
As I understand it, she was your commander, fought by your side. And that you killed her under orders from the CIA, thus surpassing her to become the hero known as Big Boss.
All right, so now we've got a reason to do this dirtbag warmongering. We've got a personal stake.
It's gotta be a trap.
So you still can't turn your back on your country. Then I suppose you won't need this.
That was in your thumb before. Why is it in your pointer finger now? Oh no, Snake still got an attachment to the boss, even though he said he doesn't have... Oh, he's still wearing his bandana too. Peace, get it?
Okay. For peace, then.
Alright, so it's for peace, and it's for money in business, but also it's because... Why is the boss alive? Why is the... Okay, well, we gotta figure that out. So that's Snake's stake in this. This game's story is good, but it's not told in the most clear way oftentimes. So... Yeah, I'll explain some stuff, yeah.
Avoid combat whenever possible.
Avoid combat whenever possible, huh? Well, here's the good news. Avoiding combat in this game is actually really fun, because even though there's some silly stuff with the plot that's not, like, 100% easy to understand, you know what is easy to understand?
Take the long way around. Whatever it takes to stay out of sight. Your gun is a last resort.
Hell yes!
As easily kill you as save you.
It's Loot Goblin time. Oh, how I missed Loot Goblin time. Now it's easier than ever to get items out of people. And he'll stay like that. He will stay like that. That might be water, but I'll demonstrate. That is water. You know what? That is water. Let's demonstrate something. Water conducts electricity. You know what that means? Oh, he's not close enough? Well, we'll show that later. For now, look at our sound radar there. It's the same one from Portable Ops. Gameplay-wise, this game absolutely rules.
Serves as a compass and shows sound sources. Pay attention to your surroundings.
We can still press up against walls, and if you see there's a little number. That's our camo index. Right now, we've only got olive drab. But that's fine.
The percentage in the upper right is your camo index.
I didn't remember he was going to say these things before I'm saying them. This is very funny. I'm trying to do my job of explaining the video game, and Kaz is just taking that job from me. I wonder if that's going to be a problem in a future game as well, Mr. Miller. Anyway, got a lot more verticality with these stages. The stage design is very Snake Eater, for the most part. Like, looking at this kind of looks like a slightly better, in some ways, version of Snake Eater. The grass isn't as pretty, but overall, it's very similar, but a little bit cleaner, which was absolutely mind-blowing on the PSP in, 2010?
When you clear the jungle,
Only 6 years after Snake Eater came out, being able to play something that was like, you know, in some ways superior to it on a handheld was kind of nuts. Yep, there's the life gauge on the left of the screen. That's why I had to move my Ganyu figure. Didn't want her covering that up. Raiden had a weird approach to patting down guys. Yeah, just slicing them to bits and hoping they drop something. Yeah. Or stealing their spines.
Looks like you're inside the compound. Security is tight. Stay sharp.
Look, we're getting some credits over this mission. I like that. That's pretty cool. So even though I really love me some Metal Gear Rising, and I kind of wish I could just play that forever. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice to be back to a more traditional game. Also, it's very kind that they have these nice high visibility orange vests in the first mission. That's an intentional design choice that I quite like. Also, you might have noticed when I shot that guy, there were damage values.
Freeze.
That's because this game, as much as I like it, it has something I don't like, which is, weapons have, like, star values. They have levels, and you get upgraded RPG mechanic weapons. Listen, I don't really like that. That's why we're doing New Game Plus, so I can have the best weapons. Now, I'm not going to use the absolutely broken weapons early on, because there are guns you get that essentially can one-shot the early bosses. And I think that's just pretty bad game design to have something like that. I don't like when difficulty gets mitigated by having higher gear. Check it out! We've got a cardboard box. It's a little different. It's called the Love Pack. Why is it called that? You'll see why if we do some co-ops. We might not be able to do co-ops, but what we can do is that. And we can climb on top of it and use it to get to places. Cardboard box technology has improved in this game. There are some places you can only reach by doing that or by playing co-ops. We haven't really talked about co-ops. This game is a co-op game. I don't think you can do this mission co-op. But a bulk of the game... There we go. Bulk of the game you can do co-op, which is pretty cool. Might have noticed there with the damage numbers, that's another, you know, ratings thing. There's no blood. There's only blue and red damage numbers. And the blue damage numbers inform you of something pretty interesting. You might have noticed there was a 120 that showed up after I shot him. That was damage being dealt over time. You actually get to see how much damage your tranquilizers do over time, how much stun damage. So I kind of like that. Man, there's a lot to talk about in this game.
Yes, sir, we broke him. We acquired the
Oh no! Well, we're allowed to see blood in cutscenes, just not in gameplay, I guess. Chrysalis 6000.
Spears are loaded. The barge is cleared Point Bravo.
Acknowledged. Out.
Hey, you know what else we have in this game? Quick time events? Before Metal Gear Rising? Why?
Where's it headed? What is it?
Air suit. In the mountains.
What's up there?
What was that? Oh my god, it was a space helicopter. With an anachronism mounted on it. We'll get to that later. An anachronism that really bothers me, but we'll get to that later. It's a singing space helicopter. Yep. Ah, there's that Peace Walker theme. So again, this would be our first time hearing it, but we did hear it come up a couple times in Metal Gear Rising. It was meant to be the new Metal Gear theme at the time.
Just to make sure we're not detected.
I found a map of their bases. The cargo's heading from the marshes west towards Irasu.
Nice going, boss.
Kaz, this place is full of film badges. Dozens of them.
Film badges? Like the ones used to measure radiation exposure?
The radio man was wearing one. And whoever he was talking to called the cargo Spears.
Spears.
Wait, that would mean...
Nukes.
Oh my god.
They're bringing nukes into Costa Rica.
Holy Mother of God.
Ah! Late title drop! You love it! In the classic font, no less. That's a pretty good first mission. That's a pretty good first mission. And yeah, we get ranked. Yeah.
How's that map, Snake? Think you can use it?
It tells me where their bases are, but it's just a bunch of points. No routes. I need better intel on the lay of the land.
Snake, the professor said he's got the Sandinistas on his side. Said you should get in touch with the FSL and Comandante.
Do they know they're backed by the KGB?
Nah. As far as they know, they're really fighting for the revolution. The KGB is staying behind the scenes. I'm not sure the Sandinistas are aware of what's really going on.
Still can't believe anybody would bring nukes here.
Yeah, that's a shocker. Costa Rica's party to the Tlatelolco Treaty, which declares Latin America a nuke-free zone. Based on Japan's 3 non-nuclear principles...
Hey, did you know that Kaz is half Japanese? That's going to get brought up a lot in this game. I actually really like that. He's got some of the most fascinating radio codec tape conversations
if the US itself
in the entire series because he has a very unique view on war. But, you know, it's never going to come up again after this game, which upsets me because...
Are they planning a test? Showing off?
We'll get there, but, you know... Just keep in mind that Kaz is Japanese, and if you forget that Kaz is Japanese, he will remind you. He loves reminding you that he's Japanese.
We need to find out what that something is.
We need to get ready first, Kaz. Repairs?
Working as fast as we can, boss. This place is pretty beat. Looks like hell. But as long as you're with us, we'll make it heaven.
Did you get it?
Here. No state telling us what to do. This is the MSF's haven. Our mother base. And with this foothold, we'll back you up even better than before. We're gonna turn this pile of junk into something big.
Saving. Save successfully.